Thank you for joining us today on Water Talk, sponsored by EcoloBlue. Our guest today on this episode is Dr. Arjan Josan. And Dr. Josan, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. I am very happy to participate in this talk.
Thank you. I wanted to educate our viewers. EcoloBlue, we manufacture machinery that creates water from air. We harvest the humidity in the air, and we create purified drinking water.
Yeah.
And but the water doesn't have to be just for drinking purposes. The water can be used for many purposes. It can be such a wonderful solution to so many applications, so many wherever there's a need for water.
Yeah.
And I know that you have a lot of experience in this area, a lot of knowledge in what's happening around not just Fresno, but not the Central Valley, but California, and really so many other places in the world too.
Yeah.
If we could touch on that, Dr. Josan, what's the first thing you would want our viewers to know, things that they should be aware of?
I want to tell the people that their health is based upon what they eat and what they drink. And our body, it contains more than 60% of water. Mm-hmm. So, if the quality of water is not good, health will be affected. And now, as you know, the water resources, they are on the decrease. They are limited. With the increase in population in every country, the water resources, they are depleting. So this is whatsoever Mr. Wayne, he explained it, that they have made use of a common sense to create water from the atmosphere, and it is something very good. It's a common sense principle, is very simple, but the common sense is not so common.
Right.
Yeah. So it was up to him that he brought this to the people, that it's a method, it can be used, and it is in the nature. It was always there. When it rains, the water is created from the air, and the main thing is relative humidity. How much humidity is required to create water from the atmosphere?
Right.
So that one thing. The second thing, the water table in California, it is going down, and particularly in the San Joaquin Valley.
That's really important because we're the agricultural center of the world. Here in the Central Valley.
It is the most productive area in the world. No other land is so productive so far agriculture is concerned.
And you're saying that the groundwater.
It is depleting. Continuously it is going down and down. 100 years back it was at 30 feet or 40 feet. Now it has gone beyond 1,000, 2,000 feet, and continuously it is on the decline. And
so you're saying from 30 feet, when they used to be able to easily tap into water. Now they have to go down. To 2,000 in some areas, down to 2,000 feet.
And in some area, more than 2,000 feet. And one thing very important, as we go down and down, the water in the lower layers of the earth, it is not very good. It is brackish water. We call this water a poor quality water. Poor quality water.
Because
it contains
the ground it's coming from. It has so many contaminants.
So many contaminants, so many chemicals, and so many salts. So those salts, they make it.
There's different kinds of salts.
Different kinds of salts, including uranium. So there are. No, I was just watching the history of the groundwater in the world. In the third world country, uranium is increasing in the groundwater because water level is going down and down.
Now that's very interesting
in every country.
The health aspects of that. I mean, you're talking uranium, you're talking cancer, isn't that correct?
And uranium causes that the cancer amongst the people, it has increased many-fold in the third world countries. And you see here also, the day by day, the health of the people is more dependent upon what they drink. If they drink good quality water, the real issue is the fresh water resources, they are depleting, they are scarce, they are becoming less and less available. So what can be the new source? You tell it, you say that this EcoloBlue atmospheric water generator,
yes,
it will just meet the need of the growing population and the growing aspiration of the world.
So I think that's a really interesting point that you bring up, because the more the population goes up,
yeah,
and that's not going to stop,
the
more everybody's consuming what water is available.
Yeah.
So here we have a solution with the EcoloBlue. They can get an atmospheric water generator and create the water, their own purified drinking water from the air.
Yeah.
And we don't have to worry about that anymore. And what's great about the EcoloBlue home product is that it's a hybrid filtration system. So if for some reason there's a greater demand than what that particular unit is generating, someone could filtrate whatever water source they wanted to put into it. So that offers a great solution. That's so amazing. I didn't know there were different kinds of salts. And you talk about the different bad minerals and what goes on. I know that up in the mountain communities in the foothills, they're having a large problem with that. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, that's a great problem. And I tell you, we means the farmers of the valley. They are also helping in polluting the water. Yesterday I was just participating in a seminar that all the fertilizer what they add in the field, a part of that fertilizer, it dissolves in the irrigation water, it goes down, and then it comes back when you take that water for drinking. So more than the data that they presented, it showed that more than 30% of the fertilizer they add, nitrogenous fertilizer they add, more than 30% of the nitrates they leach, and they meet with the groundwater, and that groundwater is again drawn, and much of it is used for drinking purpose. So it is how it is. And you know, there are many types of fertilizer. There are 16 nutrients that the plant requires, and mostly about 5-6 nutrients the farmers they add through fertilizer. And all the farmers they add fertilizer in excess whatsoever is their recommendation by the universities. They wish that their product, their yield of the crop should be optimum. So in that the fertilizer is not so costly a venture, but so they add more than what is required, and they do not follow a schedule, proper schedule for applying the fertilizer. So when they apply more fertilizer in the season when the plant does not require that water, that fertilizer dissolves in the water, that dissolves in the irrigation water, it goes down, it leaches down, and it pollutes the groundwater.
Well, I imagine there might be some farmers that might apply to. I don't know that all the farmers would fall into that, but the point is that what you're saying, if I'm understanding you correctly, is that the chemicals and what have you are getting into the groundwater, and that's creating a problem. And we're here to provide a solution to that problem. You can make your own drinking water. You can create your own pure water for growing crops, for so many other applications. If you're using water, if you're needing water, if your water bill's too high, we'll get into all of this when we come back from commercial break. But the point is that there is a solution. It's here at EcoloBlue. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to Water Talk, sponsored by EcoloBlue. Today's guest with me here is Dr. Arjan Josan. And Doctor, you had a couple questions for me during the break that you wanted to ask. Go ahead.
The first question is that you need a certain standard of relative humidity in the air when you create the water.
Yes.
How much relative humidity is required for the instrument that is EcoloBlue you have made? What is the minimum relative humidity from which it can create water?
Okay, so that is an excellent point.
Yeah.
We cannot create the water if we don't have the humidity in the air, and what you want to know is how much humidity is required.
Yeah.
Our machines can produce water down to a 35% humidity level.
Right.
So even it's going to get a higher production the higher the humidity is.
Yeah.
So we are working on things in our research and development department as we speak, to where in the future, hopefully the near future, that won't even be an issue with regards to what the humidity level is. So I think that's amazing.
Nowadays the humidity level is 80%. It means it will be creating more water at the same price. Is it?
Yes. Well, the production level on our machines, we have a home unit that can go up to 8 gallons a day, which is the EB30. That stands for 30 liters, up to 30 liters a day, and that's an optimum performance level. So if we were at 70% humidity, up to 80% humidity, you're going to see that maximum production. If you're running an average humidity level like you might have in your office, maybe 45%. Then you're going to be looking 4 to 5 gallons a day. However, our industrial machines, Bill, if you can throw up some of our industrial pictures there, you'll see here we have machines that can go up to, this here is our EB500, that's up to 500 liters a day. These are mobile, they can be put on trailers, we can transport them around. But we have a larger unit there. If you can show the beige one there, Bill, that's our EB1000. That goes up to 1,000 liters a day. And we have one that is much larger than that. Our largest one actually goes up to 6,000 liters a day. That's 1,585 gallons of water per day. So a community can use that to replenish the groundwater you were talking about in the earlier segment. It can help replace the rainwater. So if a community, a municipality source wanted to get in touch with us, we can help replenish the groundwater. They can just have the machine running day after day, have multiple machines generating water, and eliminate the water problem. We have the solutions for that. Once we finish our research and development on some products that we have coming out, the humidity won't even be an issue. But as we know, the average humidity is you're going to run over the 30% mark.
30%.
So we're always going to have the ability to generate the water.
That's satisfactory. That's a good result. But one thing more is bothering the farmers. Most of our Punjabi people, they are the farmers over here. And you say that it can be used for the irrigation purposes also, this water. So you just tell us, is it cost effective? Will not it cost more when they use it for?
In regards to the cost aspect of the water being generated on the home unit, we're looking at about 5 cents per liter, about 20 cents per gallon.
Okay.
But a lot of that cost is coming from the power source. So the power source, our machines can run totally off grid. They can be powered by solar. They can be powered by wind, a wind turbine.
Right.
If you could show the solar power, thank you, Bill. So there's lots of ways that a farmer or anybody that wanted to be in a remote location, they don't have to rely on electricity. They can hook it up to any generator, a natural gas generator, propane generator, and there's ways of keeping the cost down and even lower than what would be produced by the electricity. Thank you for those questions, Doctor.
Yeah, one more question is that in addition to humidity, there are many other gases, pollutants in the air. What do you do about those pollutants, those harmful gases in the atmosphere?
Well, I'm glad you asked that because the machines are really an advanced filtration system, not just for the water that is produced going through its water filtration, but the air being used is also filtered prior to hitting the refrigerant coils inside. I guess I should explain a little bit about how the machine actually creates the water. The air comes through the air filtration that we have. Then it hits the refrigerant cooling coils that we are in there. So it's basically if you think of a dehumidifier. Right. It's going to take that humidity from the air and create condensation. Those refrigerant coils are going to lower the temperature down to a dew point level, and then it's going to create the condensation that will collect the water, so the water can be then filtered. And if it's being used for drinking purposes, we'll put the proper minerals back into the water so that it can stay healthy for the body.
Yeah, that's no problem because there are so many supplements and a person who is interested in adding the minerals in the water, he can add one supplement. But the real problem is that if suppose there is a family of 4 and everybody is just consuming 2 gallons of water. So for 8 gallons of drinking water, how much he will have to spend? You have got about, I think, 5 models or 4 models of this EcoloBlue, and which one you will recommend that a family of 4 to purchase, and how much approximately it will cost?
Well, Bill, if you can put up the home unit, the home use unit. This is our EcoloBlue 30. The 30 liters can produce up to 8 gallons a day. And if someone can go to our website at EcoloBlue.com, that's EcoloBlue. You see it there at the bottom of the screen. EcoloBlue.com. They can look at our pricing structures there. But to answer your question, with that home unit, that runs $1,299. $1,299 would be the price on that particular unit. And we also have a unit that is more energy efficient. Even though this is a very high energy efficiency unit, we have one that can work off a direct current, so that when the compressor kicks on to generate the water in the process, it can control the spikes, so that can keep that even that much more cost effective in energy efficiency. And then we also have a home unit, Doctor. I don't know if you're aware of this, but we also have one that produces carbonated water. So someone can make their own soda pop, their favorite flavored drink. They can make their own soda water and put the carbonation right in there. So that's a very nice feature. But back on the farmers, I wanted to mention this is such a wonderful solution for drip irrigation, because a lot of the drip irrigation farmers can tell you, they've got to constantly be replacing the drippers. There's an ongoing maintenance cost there because of the calcium buildup that they're going to have in the lines. And if they're using our technology from EcoloBlue, they're not going to have that issue. They're going to be able to save a lot of money in the long run in cutting their maintenance costs.
So because your water is free of any minerals, any pollutant, there is no calcium, no magnesium, nothing like that in this water.
That's right.
So in the drip irrigation, the holes where the water drips down, those cannot be clogged. So that is good, something good that farmers, they are looking for such type of technology. As I see, as I go in the field and contact the farmers, it's a great problem over here. And I think, can you say something more about this, that suppose if one wants to irrigate 1 acre of water, 1 acre of land, how much water will be required?
Oh gosh, I'm not a farmer. I couldn't attempt to answer that question, but I know what I do know is that we have the solution for it, and we're also running out of time. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today, Dr. Josan.
Thank you.
You have your own radio show, isn't that correct?
Yeah. Well, our radio show is Sadi Boli Sade Log, our language and our people, and we deliver talks on the health issues We generally, the motto of the talk is that you are what you eat and drink.
And you are what you drink. And drinking
Yeah.
pure, healthy, clean water from EcoloBlue is the way to go. Thank you again for joining us. We have a video for you to watch. Please stay
Okay.
tuned for a little bit. Doctor, thank you again. Thank you. And we'll be here again Saturdays, 3 to 4. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
The revolution in water resource management is here. Introducing EcoloBlue's atmospheric water generators. EcoloBlue's generators are able to take humidity right out of the atmosphere and turn that humidity into the cleanest drinking water that you can get. Everyday tap water contains thousands of different particles in it. However, EcoloBlue's generators not only filter out many of these particles, but they add minerals to your water to make sure you have the purest drinking water available. EcoloBlue is both economically sound as well as environmentally safe. Why pay outrageous prices for bottled water when you can pay just 20 cents per gallon with EcoloBlue? In addition to saving money, you'll also be saving the environment. Unlike bottled water companies that produce tons of plastic waste that harms our planet, EcoloBlue's products produce little to no waste. With EcoloBlue, you now have more options for the use of your water than ever before. In addition to the hot and cold functions to your generator, you now have the ability to carbonate your water. Enjoy making soda water right in the comfort of your own home. Having EcoloBlue is now essential when being prepared for any emergency. Each day, 850 water mains break in North America alone. Add on natural disasters such as droughts, hurricanes, and earthquakes, having the ability to be water independent is more important than ever. With EcoloBlue, you're no longer dependent on traditional sources for water. From our smaller home-sized generators to our industrial-sized generators, EcoloBlue has a solution for any situation. And now with our new solar panel kits, you can be truly water independent. Assert your water independence. Thousands of businesses and families across America have been enjoying pure drinking water for years thanks to EcoloBlue. To get more information, visit our website at EcoloBlue.com or call us at 1-800-691-6043.